Guys, welcome again to Carrie's Apparel YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be showing the pattern we drafted earlier in our previous video. Okay, so I've gone ahead to use the pattern to cut out the fabric. Okay, so in this very part I added half an inch seam allowance to the side I'm going to join. Then at the side seam I added 2-inch seam allowance. Okay, so in the center piece I added half an inch all round. Okay, then at the hem I added half an inch for the joining. The up I also left half an inch. Okay, so that's what I've done. I use it to cut out the fabric, the lining, and also the stay. Okay, so that was what I did in the other parts. You can see what I'm having: the lining, the hairstay, and the main fabric. I'm working with black fabric for this. Then I also cut out the pieces for the cup. Okay, so this is the one I labeled 2, and this is the one I labeled 1. Okay, so for the one I just cut out the wadding. I didn't add any seam allowance to the wadding. Okay, that's what I'm having. I did. Okay, then why for the Ankara I added half an inch all round. Take note of that, please. I did add half an inch to the wadding. Okay, but for the Ankara, the lining, and the hairstay, I added half an inch all round. I did the same thing to the other cup. I didn't add half an inch to the wadding as well, but to the fabric I added half an inch all the way round. Okay, to the lining and to the hairstay as well. Okay, so I'm just going to place my pattern on it again, so that when I want to join, it will be easy for me to join. Okay, so I'm going to keep this aside. Alright, then this one I'll be adding a bra cup to it. I'll be using the wadding and the bra cup as well. So this is my bra cup. I'm working with size 40 because my client, the bust is 40. Okay, so I've also gone ahead to cut out the yoke for the front. I cut out 2, 1 to lining 1. Okay, then this is for the back. Please, what I did, I later changed I later reduced my darts. Like, I shifted the dart because I'll be inserting a boning. So I added extra 1 inch. So I added 1 inch to this other parts that I'm going to be inserting my boning. Okay, so I've gone ahead to use it to cut out this, and I added half an inch all round, including the hem. Then for this side as well, I left 2 inches for the side seam, the half an inch for the joining. Okay, so this is what I'm having for the back. All right. Okay, so for the modesty panel, I just measure what I'm having for the length of the back. I am having a 8.5. So for the modesty panel, I'm going to reduce by 1 inch. So I'm having like 7.5. Okay, so that's what I'm having. Then the weight, because it's going to come from one side to cover up the back, I'm having 9 inches. So I'm having 7.5 by 9 inch for. Okay, then I cut out 2 because I'm going to use 1 to lining 1. I'll just keep that aside as well. For the back yoke, I've gone ahead to cut out the back yoke as well, and I cut out a lighter shade of knit to lining it. Okay, so next we're just going to join these pieces together. I'm removing the pin. I'm going to take the main fabric. Hey guys, now okay, I've gone ahead to join the pieces, the center piece to the side seam with the half an inch. And I also I first of all use my hairstay on it before joining those pieces together. Then I press down this seam open. Okay, next I'm just working on my cups. So I've gone ahead. Okay, so these are my cups. first thing, I took one of the cup, okay, one of the side of the one I labeled one and the one I labeled two. Okay, so I'm just taking one from each, and I'm just going to trim off the excess and hairstay out of it. Okay, so I can bone properly. Now you can see I'm still placing my pattern on it, so you know the side that is going towards the front area and the one that is going towards the down area. Okay, so please, any excess of the hairstay, just trim off before joining. Next, you just run a stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to, I've already cut out the strip that I'll be using to create the casing for my boning. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and sew those down, then also use after half an inch I left to sew this parts down as well. Okay, so I just use my pin to hold it in place before going ahead to run a stitch. So I'll do the same thing to the other side as well. I'll trim off the excess hairstay, then I'm going to run a stitch as well. I'll be back. Okay, so I've gone ahead now to sew my boning case, and I've also stitched the two pieces of the cup together. I also did the same thing to the lining part as well. Then next I'm going to notch. Okay, so I'll open up and press the side seam, the seam open. You can see the way it's looking. There should be a space for your bust to sit. Okay, so I'm just going to open up the seam so I can iron or give it a very good press. Okay, using my breast ball. Okay, you can see the way it's looking. So when I open up, this is how this side's looking. Okay, I'll still just press it down. Okay, so you can see the way the cup is looking already. So I did the same thing to the other cup as well. You can see there's a space for your bust to sit. Okay, so next we are going to stitch now to our fabric. Okay, so I'll just place position the seam area to the seam area, just place and pin round. Okay, note I've not added the wadding nor the brack up to this. I'll just go ahead and just stitch this down to the fabric first of all. Okay, so I want to stitch to it now, and I'll be back. So guys, I've stitched up just the ankara to the fabric. You can see the way it's looking. Okay, so next I'm going to I'm going to work on the wadding. So I'm bringing one piece from this, and I'm not going to stitch this way. I'll place one to the other, like just, okay, if you have zigzag machine, you can just go ahead and use your zigzag machine to stitch this together. Okay, but if you don't, place one cup to the other, then run a stitch on it. Okay, then do the same thing to the other. So I've gone ahead to just stitch. I just placed one to the other. You can see it's still giving you that space for the boots to sit. Okay, you can see the way it's looking. So I'm going to place inside the cup now. Okay, so I'll just place inside the cup. You can see the way it's looking inside. Okay, I'll place inside the cup. Then I'm going to start stitching from outside. Okay, you can go ahead to use pin. Okay, I'll just use pin to hold that down, so you know, okay, the side same, the center same, they are matching together. Okay, so I'll start stitching from outside now. You can see I'll just start stitching from outside down. I'll do the same thing to the other cup as well. Okay, so I've gone ahead to stitch together. You can see the way the inside is looking and see how it's coming out. So for my bra cup, you can see the difference between the two bra cup now. One, I took that, you can see the space for the bust to sit now. You can see the way the other one is still looking flat. So what I did, I just took that on. You see, just fold your cups together, then take your darts on it. It will give you this, the way this is looking, to create the space for the bust to sit on. So I'm still going to put the bra inside. Note you can work with just your wadding, but if you want the cup to be more firm without your client wearing a bra, you can add this, or you can go ahead to use your underwire with just your wadding or your bunny and all that. So I'm still going to run a stitch from the right side as well. Okay, so I've gone ahead to use my stitch to hold it in place. You can see the difference between when you're using just your bra cup and your wadding. Your pattern is usually bigger than the bra cup, so that's why it's good for you if you don't want your boots to show. Okay, for you to just use this first before using just the bra cup. So next, I've gone ahead to join my yoke, to lining my yoke. So I'll just place on it to cover up the rough edge. Okay, so I've gone ahead to stitch down. You can see the way it's looking now. See the way the inside is looking as well. It's looking neat from inside. So next, for the back, I've gone ahead to, okay, this is the, I've used my hasty on the back pattern. So for the modesty panel, I just run a stitch round, leaving just one part for the opening. Okay, then I'm going to bring it inside out. Okay, this is what I'm having for the modesty panel. Okay, so for the back, for this very part, I'm going to use the lining to, the part I'm inserting boning, I'm just going to lining it first before, okay, so I've gone ahead to stitch from the top to the side. I left the down part open. Okay, then next, I'm going to take one part of the back now. Okay, then I'm going to place now, leaving half an inch, because I'm going to use the balance half an inch to cover up that back. Okay, so I'm going to pin to the side. Then my modesty panel is still going to come half an inch below the side I'm going to add the boning. Then before using my lining to cover up, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and you see it, I'm still just pinning them together. Next, I'll just run a stitch to it. So guys, I've run a stitch. You can see we are having the lining, this is the lining, this is the modesty panel, and this the part for the highlight and the boning. You can see how neat it's looking inside. Okay, so next I will just add my yoke at the back. I've also gone ahead to lining my yoke, so I'm just placing to from the up, then I'm going to use the lining now to cover up. Okay, I just use my lining to cover up, then I'm going to run a stitch. See the half an inch we left, that's what we're going to use to stitch up that part. So I've gone ahead to stitch it up. Then I'll open up. You can see how neat the back part is looking now. Okay, so this is what we are having for the back. The next I'll just sew down to create the boning for the back. So this is how it's looking so far, guys. Okay, so let me turn the back. Okay, I've gone ahead to insert my highlights, my boning as well. Okay, there's the modesty panel. You can see the way inside is looking. So guys, if this video has been helpful, why not give it a thumbs up? Okay, don't forget to share for more people to see. Okay, that's the finished work, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in my next video.